Before the video starts, I am going to put this in here. This is the first time that I've done this, but I have a feeling that there's going to be some kind of copyright claims because I'm using songs of like bigger bands. The last time I did that, I got a copyright claim from, I already forgot what the fucking name is. It's a 3-letter initial, but it was for Social Distortion. And after that, I generally try to stray away, but then I did start reading this thing about fair use for copyright claim, and that's definitely what this is, because you know, we take a tiny chunk of the song, put it in, play it, and then we're gonna start talking about it. Generally, like I always do with all my videos, I always try and give credit due where it's due, all this and that. So this is gonna be for Fair Use Act. Again, all of the music and various other crap like that goes to the respective artist, record label, more likely, because generally after you're on a record label, your music doesn't belong to you, it belongs to them, which really kind of sucks. But nonetheless, that's the fucking way that it is. So Fair Use Act, I guess I'll put like an excerpt or something into the description and just, you know, cross my fucking fingers and hope that this doesn't, you know, go sideways. Again, with the Social Distortion thing, I only got like, I think 3 views from that video because it got blocked in like a bunch of countries. So yeah, enjoy the fucking video. Again, this is the first time that Becky Go Hard is going to be in any of my videos. I've been trying to get her to do it, and it's fucking like 3 years later. So enjoy. Hey everybody, Tony Gohard here yet again for Punks Doing Stuff, but today is a special day because I have my absolutely lovely wife over here rolling her fucking eyes like a fucking demon monster. So what's happening here is we are going to go through a little thing that we're going to call When We Was Young. What's going to happen is we're going to list off a few songs from way back in the day, from basically when me and her got together, from whenever we got into the scene and different things like that. And you know, we're just gonna check out the songs, get a little bit in depth in those songs, and then, you know, roll through it. We're probably gonna go through 3 songs each, maybe 4 songs each, something around there. But the very first song that we're gonna pick out is gonna be one that she was actually with me when I went to go and buy this album. It is Rancid, B-Sides and C-Sides, and the song is Benzonato. So we're gonna give a little check into that, and then you know, we'll jump straight into hers.
Shopping palms, yeah! There was romance in the air, for sure there was romance in the air. When the autumn sunlight shone upon, there was romance in the air. Na 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 na, na 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 na, na 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 na.
So there we go, that was Rancid's Benzonato, which is a fucking song that everybody should listen to, especially if you're a lover, because it is a fucking lover song. That was from the album Let Me Go, but it was also on B-Sides and C-Sides, which happened to be the one that we had listened to it on, because fucking, you know, it was just a compilation of, you know, hidden tracks and all that crap. So now we are going to jump into another song from another band from a completely different genre. So Rebecca's going to get into that right now. What's the name and what's the band?
The band is All Shall Perish. The name of the song is Wage of Slaves. It came from the album called Price of Existence.
There we go.
It's
We're going to give a
when
check.
I was a teenager.
Again, When We Was Young. So we're going to give this a listen, and then we'll get into a little bit more after that. And there we go, a bit of All Shall Perish. The album was called The Price of Existence, released. So we are going to jump on to the fucking next tune. And this is going to be the actual first song that I ever heard from the Casualties. It is called Nightmare. First time that I heard from it, it was, I want to say around 2001, 2002. It was on a Vans comp. I'm just gonna play a bit of the song, and then we'll get into a little bit more of the details afterward. Well, didn't quite realize the song was over just there. But now it is time to jump into one of Rebecca's songs. And what is this song here?
This song is called Little Wonder by David Bowie from his album Earthling. This album was a much different album from most of his albums, but great nonetheless.
Yeah, this one is actually really good, and it is surprising because I actually like this song a lot because it has that 90s feel, that 90s mainstream kind of feel, and if you weren't there, you probably won't get it. If you were, you'll know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. So we're gonna jump straight into this.
Little wonder then, little wonder, you little wonder you. Intergalactic, seeming to be you. It's all in the tablets, sneeze you a time. Little wonder then, little wonder, you little wonder.
So that was Little Wonder by David Bowie from his album Earthling, which happened to be his 20th studio album. I don't know what you think, but that's a lot of albums.
Hell yeah.
And that was released in 97, and he made music for years and years to come. So
if you don't know, David Bowie happens to be one of the proto-punks, one of the people who actually brought punk rock, you know, from its rock and roll roots. If it wasn't for David Bowie, there would be no Ramones, which the Ramones have actually credited him for. And we have to crack open a drink for that. Maybe have a little bit of a toke. Something like that. Now, we're going to jump into this next tune, which is from AFI. Chances are you've heard of AFI because they've been around for fucking ever. And they are constantly evolving, constantly changing. But this is one of their tracks. Actually, this is probably either the first or second track, depending on whether I heard them first on Tony Hawk or the first time I heard them on Punkorama. Chances are it is more of the former than the latter, but this is Wester from AFI, and we are going to jump into that. There's quite a few A's, I's, R's, R's, and fucking jugs and all up in that. Well, there we go. That was AFI, and that was the song Wester, which is actually, it's quite different than a normal AFI song from back in that period, but at the same time, it's exactly the same. You're gonna love the song whether you like psychobilly or whether you like fucking hardcore, and it is definitely something that you fucking need to check out because it's just one of those kinds that just fucking melts things that just generally wouldn't go along together. Again, this was 2000 Nitro Records. That was on The Art of Drowning, which was, you know, shit, 20 fucking years ago, but it's still fucking awesome right now. Now, what's the next song we're gonna get into?
that's gonna be Cigarro by System of a Down, which when we were young wasn't that everybody's favorite.
Most definitely.
Which, fun fact, I actually got to go see them at the last show they ever did in Houston. Those, like, I think one of the last ones on that tour, right before they went solo, you know.
I'm gonna go solo.
At that show, in particular, they lied to us, though, because they said, we want to address some of the rumors that's been going around. We are not splitting up. We're not going to stop. All that. And I don't think they've toured in Houston ever since.
To be honest, it doesn't seem like they broke up. It kind of just seems like they just fucked off and did their own little things, because Serge was still doing his stuff. Some of the other guys were still doing their thing, but as far as Suicide, damn it, where the fuck isn't this thing working? As far as System of a Down as a whole, they have not been doing things together.
Until
They have just released a new video that we did see, and to be absolutely honest, it does seem like it was a rushed production, and it doesn't seem quite at the caliber that we were expecting. We were expecting something that was like, you know, right there at the core of System of a Down, but it did seem a little bit different, which artists do happen to, you know, branch out, do different things, but it seemed like they were trying to do the same thing, but just in a different way, and it didn't quite work, or it didn't quite chime with us anyway. But that doesn't really matter, because we're jumping into fucking back then, back in the day, back in the way that we fucking remember them. So we are gonna jump into this fucking tune, and then we're gonna get back into the fucking grind that we're doing.
Cool regulator smoking cigarro, cigarro, cigarro. Oh, in the Nile, with a cool regulator smoking cigarro, cigarro, cigarro. Can't you see that I love my God? Can't you see that you love my God? Can't you see that we love my God?
And there we go, a bit of System of a Down, a fucking awesome tune from an awesome track from an awesome band, which actually I listened to System of a Down a lot when I was younger, and they still fucking hold up. I mean, their newer stuff might be a little bit questionable, but then at the same time, as the band gets older, progresses, things are definitely going to change. And that's just the way that it is, you know? You can't listen to, let's say, The Clash from when they first started to later on in their discography and expect it to be all exactly the same, because they went through multiple changes, they constantly stayed relevant, and they were awesome all the time. Same thing can be said about System of a Down. So right now the beer wench is getting me some drink, which is awesome, because not only is she totally hot, she totally fetches some drink. Now we're gonna jump into another tune, which is from A Global Threat. If you don't happen to know A Global Threat, you will know them, because this fucking tune is amazing. This was from when I believe Mark Unseen was actually doing vocals for the band. They're one of those revolving door bands that is fucking amazing, and they always pick just the right person to fill in just the right spot. So we are gonna check that out, and it is gonna be fucking awesome, and you're gonna fucking love it. So there we go. That was A Global Threat. Fucking awesome song, awesome band. Again, they are a revolving band, so chances are whenever you listen to them, it might be a different vocalist, but nonetheless, they always keep the true punk rock right here in the fucking heart. The true spirit of hardcore. Open up a beer right here, because we are about to get into some fucking Aussie shit right here. We're jumping into some Parkway Drive. Rebecca's going to get into just a tiny, tiny bit of detail before we play the song, and then we'll jump into some real shit after.
This is a song called Mutiny, which is from my favorite album from them, called Killing with a Smile. It came out about 2005, 2005. Something like that.
Awesome. So we're going to check out the tune, and we will be back. She put a fucking tab in the beer.
My bad.
Who the hell puts a tab in the beer?
Yeah, me too.
Anyways, that was Parkway Drive's Mutiny. And as anybody should know by now, the deepest circles of hell are for those of the betrayers and the mutineers. But fortunately for us, we are not betrayers or we are not mutineers because we stay true to the roots of hardcore punk rock and metal the way that it should be. Without a fucking beer tab inside the can. What kind of ridiculousness is that? Anyway, that is the video. That was your punk rock, your heavy metal, your fucking hot super blonde over here. Super hot blonde. However you want to say that.
Pink hair?
Yeah, well, everybody can see this. Your hair is dyed pink, but you are actually blonde. Unbelievably milforific. So, that is that. We have had several drinks, a few smokes, a few tokuses, because we actually can't afford a bong. If you are so inclined, you can fucking subscribe onto the Patreon bullshit, give us a little bit of cash, and then who knows, we might even be able to get this fucking thing made out of some glass or some stupid shit like that. From what I hear, if you drop ice inside of the bong, it makes it so much smoother.
It
We
does.
might even be able to afford some ice to put inside of said bong. But that's not what it's about. It's about the fucking music. So, if you're hardcore, if you're punk rock, if you're heavy fucking metal, if you're psychobilly, new wave, raise up your glass, your fucking cup, your goddamn aluminum can. Have a chug. And
Or
we'll
your
catch
water bottle
y'all.
bong.
Oh yeah, the water bottle bong. Shh, that's not what we call it. Anyways, do all of those things. We'll catch y'all in the next video. I do have another video coming up, actually very soon, about Basement Records and their whole operation, which I do find fucking amazing. All of those bands on there. And that will be coming up extremely soon if I don't put up any other little bullshit videos. Just fucking around, just trying to fucking break the YouTube algorithm, all of that fun shit, and we will see you in the next one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, drop a comment, share, poke, biff, squawk, whatever the fuck humans are calling it nowadays, and we'll catch you in the next one. Fat Bap.